Hello, hello, hello. It is I, Beats. What's up, YZ? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I guess I'm welcome to the stream too. I too am here. You don't need to see my Discord. There we go. Let's see here. What are we doing today? Sorry if my mic is loud there. All right. I think today, don't want that. We are, I think, finishing up the patch 1.1.2. Doing well. How about yourself? I am doing great. Today was a good, productive day. I think I should have, honestly, another video out tomorrow or the next day, I would think. It's another one on Soul. It's not this game, but I think it's pretty cool. It's by far like has the most animations I've done, and it feels good. Feels cool. I really like how it's turning out. So up in the production value. It's shorter. It's only like 6 minutes, I think, but yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, today we're gonna do a little bit of balancing. Oh, that's what I needed. I needed this. I'm gonna do a tiny little bit of balancing, and then after that, we are going to, let's see here. Sorry, just wanted to check something here. All right, a little bit of balancing, and then probably some notes and some rule changes, and then I think we are we're good to go. Good to implement the patch. I don't know if I'll do that on stream because I realized that I think I can easily just like leak the mod code, and that can be bad. So I don't want to do that because I don't know how you get a mod code back if you lose it. I got all the nice patch notes, like all the extra notes for the player deck changes, so now we just need to work on death effects, potentially tweaking power level, and then go from probably just write up this stuff in a nicer format, and then go into the rules, change a few things. Then I think we are good to go on this patch, so we can push it out, and we can do more playtesting. So that'd be cool. Yeah. All right. What you working on, YZ? You doing anything? You working on any of your stuff, or just hanging out? I don't know if I asked, you want me to call you YZ? I've just been doing that. I can call you, what is Gridden? I can't words. I'm too dyslexic. I can't read. I feel like I asked this before anyway, but I'm just losing my mind. Keep getting cat hair on my face. My face is itchy all stream. It's great. Been working on my video game dev. Nice. Which I think I talked to you about this before, but I guess what are you currently doing? Classic Beats can't read cat hair everywhere. Love it. Yeah, it's pretty classic. You did ask once why Z works, but I was meant. Oh right, Wise Guardian, but to let's. Okay, yeah, you did tell me this. Yes. Sorry. I remember now. Yeah, would it be a stream if I didn't have cat hair all over my face? I blame Luna. Who I wish was at her little spot, but she's laying on the floor over yonder. Not by her spot. No Luna camp today. At least not currently. All right. We should actually pull up our actually give me half a second. I'm just gonna do this. I'm pulling up Photoshop, but I'm working on a project for my aunt. I'm doing a it's like art for a children's book, and I'm not sure if I should show it on stream. I don't think it really matters, but I didn't ask, so doing some illustration for that, but didn't want to just pop it open and leak some stuff. So give me half a second. You can stare at my face while I figure out opening this thing. We want our tier list. Okay, there we go. Yo, Maximus, what's up? Luna's always to blame. Yes, for sure. All good. Working on smaller clicker style game. I'm timely calling. Wait, is my chat thing isn't working again, is it? Like, why am I looking over here? I swear this thing doesn't work half the time. I'm gonna have to switch off of it. Test. Okay, it's just the YouTube side yet again. All right, Han. Sorry, what you say? Timely calling dragons Gold Rush. Yeah, something like that is always best to ask first. Yeah, for sure. Hold on a second. Let's see if this thing works. It doesn't. I like half set it up, and I guess I didn't set it up at all because it did not. So is this just... Alright, scuff stream for a second, y'all. Just scuffier than normal. If I do like this... Alright, someone say something. Good job, guys. Or maybe it's just YouTube being delayed. Test. Cool. Thank you. Nothing. Something. Okay. Beautiful. Can I just preview this? I'm also going to say test. I didn't read any of the documentation on this, so... All right, doesn't work. I'm gonna have to actually set it up. Well, looks like we're gonna try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, the problem is YouTube doesn't really have a good way to have chat. Pop out chat. Here we go. We'll just do this. I don't like it, because it kind of sucks, but Because it doesn't stick to the top, I don't think. I'm just gonna put you right in here. There we go. Can I clear this? There. Can I dismiss this message? No. Y'all, streaming's something. Looks fine enough. Yeah, better than nothing. I really am tempted to like switch to Twitch, but of course when I do this. Oh wait, is this never gonna let me? Oh my god. We're gonna have to have everything like this. What a pain. No, stop it. Yeah, YouTube doesn't have a good like pop-out chat thing. And I've been tempted to just go full on Twitch, although most of you guys are on YouTube, obviously. Sounds like multiple spinning plates. Yeah, exactly. You can keep it kind of going, but it's always been wobbly. Yeah, maybe do a capture screen OBS for that window. Oh yeah, can I do that? Can I just do a browser source? I think you're so right. How do I do this? Browser. YouTube chat. Yeah, YouTube is just not, it just doesn't work very well for streaming. Oh, hold on. All right, 800 by 1250. Hold on. I got this, guys. I got this. 800 by 1250. Look at this. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, boys. Oh, that's so tiny. Is that chat absurdly small? Or is it fine? If I restore chat? Okay, cool. It's something. I don't know. Let me grab the old spectacles. Smidge tiny. Good attempt. I mean, I think that's the best I can do. Unless I just like, you know. Here. Get super zoom. How's that? Is that good? Do we like that? Is this cool? I don't think I can shrink it down anymore. Oh god. I've broken everything. Like in theory, I could crop it, but... Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if I can do it offline. I don't know. I guess I'll have to search into that. I also need to make like a version of my overlay that doesn't I don't know. I've been trying to find a different chat combining system. But it's just not it's not a thing. I'm just gonna have that there for now. It's gonna be kind of scuffed. I don't care. It just is what it is at this point. There ain't nothing we can do. I did download another program. I just actually have to go through. It's like not as, doesn't seem as clear cut as some of the other stuff. So at least the one I'm using. The one I'm using, you literally just like link. You know, let's try one other thing. I'll try one other thing. Just try turning it on and off again. And see if that works. Because it's linking, usually it like... You may need to log back into YouTube. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Accounts. I know, enthralling content. Continue. Usually it like doesn't log on at all. Apparently there's like this thing where YouTube you have to like get like a certain number of like keys in order to do API stuff. And for YouTube, and YouTube just only gives out a certain per week or something. And then so once the streaming service chat combiner hits that cap, like number of streams, it just cancels the thing, and then you can't get that anymore. So it's like it's really kind of dumb. It seems like a dumb system, and really YouTube is just not meant for streaming. It's just not nearly as optimized as Twitch. Like I said, my audience is on YouTube, so it's just like, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, we are balancing some stuff. We've got lands, we've got structures, and then spells are fine, because we don't need to change those. All right, let's look at the... They tacked it on to stay competitive with Twitch. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. I feel like they should just make some sort of deal with Twitch where they can like, you can like fully link your Twitch account to YouTube, and like they draw views to each other. Like say I'm streaming on Twitch and it could show, I mean, obviously, you know, YouTube wants the money. So it's just, it kind of sucks, but really they do feed into each other, because like you like a streamer, you're going to go on YouTube and watch their clips. But if you like, you know, watching them live, you know, or if you see their clips on YouTube, then you'll go watch them on Twitch. So it's just like, really they're more mutually beneficial. And I think I've even seen like Twitch people talk about this before, but really, yeah, they're or like Tom, how about say Tom Clancy? What's his name? The Twitch CEO guy, Dan Clancy. He talked about it and said that, you know, they really are just, you know, they help each other, really. It's a symbiotic relationship, right? So you'd think they would just embrace that, but, you know, here we are. And I guess YouTube does have, like, the members mode, which is kind of cool. The guy who does, I don't know if y'all have seen it, but the guy who's making the Adventure Time card game, like the Let's see here. Yeah, the show accurate Adventure Time card game. He's doing something where like he has members only streams that he does, and so that's like a good way. It's kind of like having a Patreon but for streaming content rather than just you know, like video content or something like that. But anyway, I am yapping, as the kids say. So let's look at this. Forsaken Forest draws 3 minion cards. Where did we say this was on the tier list? Forsaken Forest pretty high up there. I guess it's not super high compared to lands. All right, let's start actually at the weakest. Let's go with the Blighted Marsh. Blighted Marsh is only drawing 1 minion per turn. What do we have it now? You kill a Blighted Marsh, you get 2 units on each structure you control. That's cool and all. That might not be horrible. But honestly, I think I could reduce it to like 1. And honestly, I'm gonna say land. Because land's inherently worse, because if you get stuff on your structures, it means they can trigger the next turn. This just feels like I'm gaining a few units, whereas on a structure, it could be activating its effect when my turn rolls around. So I think this is a good weaker thing, especially because it's really low on our tier list. Honestly, we're just going to keep going up the tier list rather than in chronological order or alphabetical order, whatever you want to call it. Chaos Keep is next. Chaos Keep forces you to attack something. Return a hero from your discard pile. That is very strong for something that we think is very weak. I'm almost honestly tempted to say the same thing as the Blighted Marsh, or the Blighted Marsh. For now. Because we know it's the same power level-ish. That's probably the weakest spot you can put units, right? So I think that makes the most sense. So we'll do that for now. This is my favorite song of the of this playlist. Anyway, just jamming out. Feel a lot more energy full than I normally do with when it comes to streams. Feel like a lot of time I get like I'm tired by the end of the day, even though I've been like working pretty hard today. I feel like I am very energetic. All right, Chaos Gate Abyssal Domain are next on our tier list. What do we got? Destroy all minions, way too powerful. And Abyssal Domain. Gain 5 units on any hero you control. Wait. At the end of the Old God's turn, remove 5 units from the strongest hero. You cannot drop below 1. Gaining 5 heroes back, or 5 units back, seems weird, right? That feels like you're just undoing what it did. I mean, obviously you need to kill it for 15. I do like the thematics of it, you know, you kill or it's hurting your heroes, so you get something back for your heroes. I feel like I might drop this to just like 3, maybe. And then call it good on that. This is arguably, I think, worse. At the end of your turn, remove 2 units from all structures you control. Player cannot... okay, honestly, this I would say is worse than the Abyssal Domain. We could have, like, you gain... I'm wondering if this, sorry, I'm just thinking now. I'm wondering if this should be less specific and just have like 1 on each hero you control. Although, right, I forgot that I wanted to make this more beneficial to both players. Because I want, back, did I miss anything? Just more stuff, and then me talking about Twitch, and then, and how I feel like, you know, it's just better, and YouTube is merp, but, and dumb API stuff. But I'm kind of going over, I've been looking at the, our tier list that we came up with, and I'm trying to balance these death effects a little better. Not balance, but, you know, make them more agreeable. Although I think I might want to go back and look at this again for a second, because I didn't think about... Because one thing I want to do with death effects, not only do I want them to kind of fit the thing you're killing, you know, the more you... you know, consider the power level of the card and then the reward it should give. And then, but I also want to make sure... Did I leave that? I want to make sure we're giving benefits to each player, because I really want it to be this to help as like a comeback mechanic for all players, right? Because a lot of time you'll have one player fall behind, and so I kind of want killing something to help both players. So let me go back. Where were we? Right, the worst one was Blighted Marsh. So let's look at Blighted Marsh one more time. I just nerfed it to 1 unit on each land you control. I think... if you give benefits to the killer, it lets one player snowball really hard. Exactly. So I kind of want it to be to all players. It might end up making them stronger in some ways, but I'm nerfing the effects, so hopefully it kind of is still, you know, a net, you know, net good for the game, but we'll see. Is gains a proper term in this game? No. It's just capitalized because it is the... Okay, so we are looking at... What did I say? I'm losing my mind. Blighted Marsh. Okay, yeah. So I think it's going to have... And I changed this from structures to lands because giving units on your lands is less powerful due to the inherent nature of lands. You know, usually don't have many effects for having extra units on them. Granted, it can help you prevent against the Blight Might now, but I think this is just more interesting. You should put a game, a dictionary in the rule book containing every game term used. I should do that. In fact, I'll write that down. I don't think I'm going to do that this time around, but... where do I want to put this? This is new cards. have every other thing opened. Future. Yeah, this one. Oh wait, I do have it open. Actually, we'll just put it in the next patch because it's a good idea. Game term glossary. Is that the right word? Glossary? I think so. Okay, anyway, each, oh my god, each player it'd be good for both you and the players. Agreed. That is a good idea. We'll definitely have to do that because yeah, they'll make terminology a bit better for balancing and stuff. Not balancing, but okay. Blade March. Each player gains 1 unit on each land they control. I have a bad habit of making every word capitalized, like every first letter capitalized of every word. I don't know why, but I do it. Okay, and then we said Chaos Keep. I made the Chaos Keep the same, I believe. Yes, Chaos Keep should be the same. Also, death effects aren't only balance factor make them interesting. Making them interesting matters more. You could just make every monster power level 2 if balance gets out of hand. Worst case. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Or 2 times, he said. Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, this is more just to like bring these back in line because they were very skewed, right? I think next patch I might do some more drastic stuff, but this is kind of bring everything back in line because we hadn't changed death effects in like 3 patches. It was just, you know, we re-changed the power level of everything and we're just like, yeah, we'll just leave the death effects for now and we'll come back to it. But everything is very, very different now. And so the death effects just need to be revisited. But I'd probably do something more drastic next time around. Yeah, those 3 patches were kind of big. Agreed. Yeah, so so really we just need to get everything back in order, see how it feels with them being kind of more relevant to what's happening. And then from there, I'll probably add, yeah, maybe change them to be more interesting rather than, I mean, even gating units can be interesting though, right? I've seen times where like, you know, someone uses one hero to kill a monster, and it gives them units on a different hero so that they can kill a different monster. Like that kind of stuff is cool, I think. So like order of operation really matters. So units can be still cool. I don't want to make them all just like dumb, but either way, I want to get it balanced, and then maybe I'll revisit like cooler, more interesting things, or potentially negative death effects like we've been talking about. Making simple cards actually makes the effects more useful overall anyway. Yeah, it's true. Simpler death effects. Yeah. Making simpler death effects makes, yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. All right, let's see. Yeah, I want Chaos Keep. I think is just gonna be the same. Each player gains 1 unit on each of their lands they control. Again, lands are the least good thing to get units on, I would say, because they can't benefit you your next turn. Well, as much as having units on something else would. So All right, we got those two. Let's go back to... All right, Chaos Gate, Abyssal Domain. Those two. Blah, 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 blah. Why am I losing my mind? Okay, Chaos Gate. Right. Yeah, this is way too powerful. Destroy all minions controlled by the old god. I don't like that at all. I could see destroying some minions. Currently let's see, can you guys see this? Yeah, there we go. Currently its power is it removes 2 units from all structures controlled by a player. Cannot drop below 1 unit. All minions is insane. Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, of course, this was like something we just dumped in there, I think, when we did the minion change. I don't know why we specifically picked that. I could see like some minions. I'm wondering if that... I'm also like kind of trying to make it slightly thematic, right? Like... Although it might be better rather than it, you know... Because part of me is like, okay, well, it's dealing with structure, should its reward be based, like, structure related? But I almost feel like it's maybe more interesting if it's not related to that, because then there's some, like, counterplay, right? Where it's like, you know, rather than like getting stuff back and like nullifying its effect, it's probably more interesting if, rather than, you know, kill the Chaos Gate to, you know, get more units back on your structures that you've lost, like killing a minion or something might be more interesting. Yeah, I think it should be something else. Yeah, I agree. So honestly, I think I might just do like destroy. What about a minion? I think that's okay. It's weird, like, thematically, but I think it's fine. I think a singular minion is fair. All right, what was the other one? Not Chaos Keep. Abyssal Domain. Abyssal Domain, I would say, is arguably weaker. If it's not destroying something of the old god, it needs to be... Let's see, I say gain units, 3 units on any one hero, any hero you control. I think what I want... I'm gonna say each player gains 1 units on a hero they control. 1 unit, I guess, not units. I read what I wrote, but... Where else did I write this wrong? Gain 1 unit. You can also do card draw effects, like player drawing cards. Cause yeah, I guess that would be good too. These ones I think are too weak for card draw. Card draw is really powerful. So I think I'll say that for the more powerful ones. Like, yeah, Amplification Tower, each player draws 2 cards. That might be too powerful, but both players now draw 1 card. Yeah. Like Amplification Tower, I'm just gonna nerf this right away to 1 card, but I think it, even though it is like, well, you know, we'll get there when we get there. I'm jumping the gun. All right, next in the tier list, we got those 2. Wasteland. Wasteland draws 2 minions. Gain 6 units on any land or structure you control. Seems maybe a little high. But not horrible. I'm gonna drop that to 4, but I think I'm gonna leave it as is. I think that's okay. Or wait, no, we were wanting to have both players gain something. I guess let's half it and then just do both players. All players gain 3 units on any one land or structure you control. Is that how I've been wording it? Each player. Gains each, God, I can't word. Each player. Players capitalized. Player gains 3 units on any one land or structure you control. What if it's X units in the structure? What if it's X units on the structure with the lowest? Sorry, why am I not understanding this? What if it's X units of the structure with the lowest units? Oh, that could be cool. You know, in theory, this could be worse than the Blighted Marsh, because the Blighted Marsh is like 1 unit on each land you control, and this is a specific one. You know what? I like that idea. Yeah, no, structure with least units gets X units. Yeah. My brain was just not understanding that. I like that, actually. I think that's cool. Let's try it out. Let's do... Honestly, I think 3 is fair, because you're getting 6 units, you're attacking a 10 health thing. I think that's fair. Each player gains 3 units on the structure with the lowest units. Because there's some balancing to consider with the power level, right? Because it takes a certain number of units to kill it. So I would say like the stuff higher up on the tier list has more like interesting effects, right? More interesting, powerful effects. Where even though like these are weaker, they have a higher health. So some of the rewards can be slightly more bountiful potentially. Even though they're not as theoretically good. I don't know, it's kind of a whole weird thing, but I like that. I like that idea. Okay, what was next? We did Wasteland. Parallel isn't really impactful on card strength at the moment. Yeah, it might need to be renamed to like... It's not really power level per se. It's more your unit cost, right? Power level isn't indicative of the card's actual power. Strength? Maybe? Strength feels weird on like a land or structure, but... Oh, I have someone on Twitch here. Hello. Danny, what's up? It is... how am I going? I am going good. Sorry for not noticing you. My chats are all sorts of messed up. Welcome to the stream. Who knows how long ago you sent that? Strength is kind of weird on a structure. Yeah. Um... Why does this never work? Sorry, give me half a second here. Whatever. Yeah, I'm really gonna need to figure something out better out for all this streaming stuff, but we'll see. Okay. Let's see. Siege engine. How do I do this? What am I doing? There we go. Siege engine. Siege engine destroys a structure controlled by the old god. That's just too powerful in general. I could see this being minion death. I could see it being potentially card draw. I could see it gaining units on a structure, maybe, because then it's sort of thematic, but also is different. Because this thing's destroying your structures. Monsters that would attack heroes now attack structures. Or giving more units to your heroes, potentially. Well, some of these just need to be moved around. Let's see, what's the other one I have too? What did I say? Forsaken Forest. Gain 2 units on each land you control. That's terrible. Well, that's not terrible. That's pretty good, but I think I might do Siege Engine, like destroys 2 minions for now, because that gives us a little bit of AoE to work with. And it's a relatively powerful thing. And then Forsaken Forest. Let's see. I think I probably want some sort of unit. Draw 3 minion cards per turn. Trying to decide. I feel like the Force should have a very low reward. Yeah. Honestly, what if I do it the same as I mean, yeah, you're not getting a lot of. It's very bad if it's left alive, but it has a very low power level, so it doesn't really matter that much. Like the player with least cards on the board gets 1 unit on a land they choose. I'm almost wondering, so that could be a thing. Or what could be interesting is maybe What if it's, I mean, it could be card draw, right? Like the player with the least cards gets a card, draws a card. I mean, obviously card draw is really powerful. This thing's pretty powerful, but like you're always gonna attack Forsaken Forest. Rewarding a player feels even more bad to me. Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is something that, well, I was gonna say it's something to consider potentially buffing its power level, but I don't think that's necessarily true. It takes 5 units. Costs units. Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes the reward is killing the thing itself, right? Yeah. Yeah, so a good reward for it feels bad. Honestly, it almost doesn't matter how difficult we think a card is here, in a sense. Like, it kind of matters, but it almost matters more what its power level is to what kind of reward you get back. Because the lower the power level, it almost feels like the worse reward you should get because you're prioritizing that thing anyway. So having killing a forest pays off turn 2, even if considering death effects, while Blighted Marsh takes 15 turns to pay off. Maybe that's how we should be looking at it, actually, is the higher the power level, the higher the reward it should give you, because like, well, sorry, yeah, the higher up on this list, the actually worse reward it should give you, because then it helps prioritize, like, actually, I might want to kill Chaos Keep to get some cards, even though an amplification tower is in play. Because that kind of reduce, like, so we should almost be giving more rewards for cards we aren't afraid of, right? Because that could potentially give you a reason to attack cards over other cards. Is that interesting? Does that make sense as a design philosophy? Because we're trying to kind of figure this out as we go. Yeah, strong cards are always priority, and Chaos Keep is only worth killing if you're gonna end the game or having nothing else to kill. Yeah, actually, maybe that's how we do it, because this almost works the same as negative death effects, right? In a way, because man, I almost just want to start over on all the death effects. With that in mind, because that's like changes everything I've been thinking about. Yeah, so the higher, so because right now the stronger cards have lower power level and the weaker cards mostly have weaker power level, but before you do that, make a good list of pros and cons before doing it. Yeah. You want to have players have a hard choice between, do I use 10 units to kill Chaos Keep for insert reward here, or do I use 5 units to kill Amp Tower to get rid of it? Yeah, no, for sure. Honestly, I wouldn't even like the thought is I just keep looking at these and it's giving me like a predetermined notion of what I'm looking at here, and I almost want to just take all these, remove them, and then start from scratch. And I can paste this somewhere else so I don't lose it. So if I really want to, I don't even need to do that because you can just go back in the history of docs like this. Y'all, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right, we're starting over. World End. Actually, World Ender is probably the only one I would keep. Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. You've convinced me. Actually, what am I doing? Just go like this. No, I really need to, what am I even doing? We're doing this. Okay. I am keeping World Ender, I think, because World Ender is just the scariest card in the game. Destroy a card of your choice controlled by the old god. I think that's fair. Rift Spawner. Old God draws an additional... No, I'm second guessing myself, of course. My caveman brain has no object permanence. You delete it, it's dead forever. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, keep going. Keeping it back up to return either emergency or inspiration is a good idea. Yeah. I was planning on keeping. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Y'all are right. Because you almost always want to kill World Ender, even if it's death effect. Even if it didn't have a death effect, yeah. I think it's fair to have a good death effect on that. And honestly, Rift Spawner might be another one of those cards because it has a high power level and a powerful effect, so it has both. So that one might, yeah, I was gonna say that one might be worth keeping too. Everything else though, Ravager, did I balance these well? I already kind of balanced these. Okay. Well, I just kind of need a blank slate because I keep looking at all this text and it's hurting me. Yeah. 1 minions. That's what I have written. Yeah, destroy, because it used to say all minions or something like that. Is that decent? Destroy 1 minion. Honestly, I just needed a blank slate because looking at all the words just was hurting my brain. Destroy 1 minion controlled by the old god. I think that's okay for a Ravager. It's got relatively high whatever, but for a monster at least, but you don't necessarily, I mean, you don't want to leave it alive, but I think that's an okay thing. Void Stalker. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and forth. If the player has a structure in their hand, they immediately play it. I think that's too powerful now that I'm thinking about. Ravager's fine, yeah. Void Stalker, that's probably a too powerful of a thing. Although, that's kind of situational. If a player has a structure in their hand, they immediately play it. So they won't always have a structure in their hand, and they won't always have an ability to play it. Probably should say if possible. Playing extra structure is really powerful. Yeah, I agree. It probably shouldn't be that powerful because you're more than likely to go for a Void Stalker over a lot of other things. Void Stalker's in the middle of our tier list, so that's probably not... well... I mean, you're more than likely to go for Ravager over most other monsters, I guess. Void Stalker is pretty annoying for its power level. Yeah. Alright, hold on. I need to check my Discord because there's just a message and it's bothering me. Okay, I don't care. It's literally nothing important. Just the notification was bothering me. Anyway, I feel like a structure might be too powerful, but again, it's kind of like the interesting thing about this, about if a player has a structure in their hand, they may immediately play, or they may play it immediately. So this would, of course, be circumstantial if the player has a structure in their hand and has a land on the board. So if they kill the Void Stalker before they have a land, or before they have a structure in their hand, or they don't have a land on the board to play it, it's not good. So you could even argue that maybe you'd leave the Void Stalker out. But I don't know if that's... It is situational, but it is really powerful. Yeah. That might almost be like something you give to like a Blight Mite. Although Blight Mites you're always going to go for also. Yeah, that's probably too powerful. That's maybe better for a different card. It's also a similar issue to something you said earlier. Like a card attacks a structure should give the unit structures, etc. Right. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, you want it to be sort of a separate effect to help encourage crossplay, that stuff. Because it makes the card self-sufficient in a way. If card fixes the issue that created on its own. Yeah, exactly. My problem is I keep wanting to make it like thematic, but that doesn't make sense for the balance of the game. So okay, so what do we think? Like maybe heroes gain units or something? I don't think lands gain unit. Lands gaining units is too weak. Thematic's really hard though. Yeah, I don't think it's worth keeping it thematic for the sake of game balance. So that's just where my brain keeps pushing it. It's like, well, yeah, it does this, so I should, whatever. But oh, I forgot we made Void Stalker attack weakest now. Wait, what did we swap? Void Stalker attacks weakest now, and what's the other one that attacks structures? Nether Muck attacks strongest now. Yeah. Nether Muck was weakest. Yeah, so we swapped those. Muck is now strong. Muck is strong. Okay. So, Void Stalker. I mean, I guess the way to think of it then is like maybe we like almost give opposite effects based on defeating things. feel like Void Stalker could give us the weakest heroes. Yeah. I was almost thinking, like, is a good way to think of it, like, the opposite, like... But yeah, I was thinking heroes, right? So they give something of heroes. I don't know what. Give... Each player gains... 2 units on their weakest hero. Does that seem fair? I think that's fair. It can't be much more than 2. It could be 1, but I think 2 is... I think 2 is a bit too good, but 1 is too low. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Maybe 1 for the player that kills him, 2 for the other player, something like that. 3 units for 5 power level feels fine in my opinion. Yeah. But 4 is a lot. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to err on the side of weaker power levels. And I don't want to get super complicated with it. So I'm just going to go with 1. I'd rather it be too low because the old god is already too weak, right? So let's just go with 1. Let's err on the side of weaker, right? For now. I could potentially see... Oh yeah, I forgot the old god is weak too right now. Yeah, so let's err on that side. Okay, Nethermuck, similar situation, although they do come back twice. Did we say Nethermuck was... No, Nethermuck we said was less bad. Especially now that it's attacking strongest, it's probably... Nethermuck did have a card draw on kill. I mean, that's really powerful. Nethermuck attacking strongest structure nerfed it. Yeah, for sure. I think it makes more sense with its power though, right? Because the fact that it comes back after you've killed it just makes it scarier. What if Nethermuck's card... card draw is only on the weaker version? Death effect. Oh, I see what you're saying. So, like... when it dies a second time, it gets a death effect. So basically 6 units to get the effect. But it's 2 actions though, that's the thing. Actions are also important. I guess now it doesn't attack weakest, it's definitely different. Six units and 2 actions. I'm thinking. My other thought was like, first death it gives a card to you, second death it gives a, or first death it gives a card to your ally, and second death it gives a card to you. Is that kind of cool? Because I kind of want to have death, like, death effects on both deaths. Otherwise, it kind of feels weird that it even died, you know? Like, why not just make it a 6 then? Because then you kind of have the draw 2 cards kind of feel, but it's distributed. If you make a death effect, both effects, it basically 4 units for the effect and then 2 units for the effect. Right, that's true. Yeah, it almost needs like 2 separate death effects if I'm doing it that way. But yeah, killing a 2-cost card is weird. Nethermuck was always interesting though, because a lot of time it was prioritized for its card draw. And I think that is something we should keep in mind, but also Muck coming back still has an effect. Death effect only triggers once it takes 2 actions, makes it useless to kill for the first version, yeah. If the death effect only triggers on the last one, makes, yeah. I mean, you also technically get stuff, like, it technically triggers, you know, Swamp and Necromancer and Butcher and all that, so. We have a great idea. I'm ready. You draw half a card, is that what it is? Since neither Muck gets weaker upon death, you could let the players use that to let the weaker player kill the weaker version and get the effect for themselves. Okay, yeah. Since Nethermuck gets weaker upon death, you could let the player choose to use that to let the weaker player get the version. Okay, yeah. I kind of like the idea, because here's my thought, and it kind of goes along with that. It was kind of what I was saying earlier, like, first death, your ally, why can I never spell ally? Why can't I spell ally? AL. Okay, yeah, AL, yeah, right? And allied. I don't even know if I use this term. What have I done? There we go. Allied might not be the right word. Another. So here's my thought, and this, again, this might not be great. It could just be the second death, but it's Control Hunter, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know if we use the term you either. I'm gonna have to look at that. But here's my thought. First death, another player gets to draw a card. So essentially you're allowing your ally to draw. I'm gonna read your thing in a second, but first death, another player gets to draw a card. So typically that will be your ally, right? Or that will be your ally. Second death is likely to be your ally if you can't kill it in one turn, right? So then you're giving 2 cards to your ally. That's my current thought. Let's see what you have to say. Basically, strong players always attack Muck once, and then the Muck now returns to player 2. The weaker player goes next, kills the Muck for 2 units, and gets the effect so they don't die. I feel like death effect should be weaker, and the second much stronger. And they shouldn't both be the player that killed the Muck. I mean, they could both be another player draws a card, but your idea works really good too. Okay, cool. Because I think that's... I feel like this has to say another player of your choice. Again, that's right. This is just future-proofing it for like 3-player stuff or 4-player. Another player of your choice may draw a card. I don't know if draw, I think, is capitalized. Is card capitalized? It is. Sorry. Maui? I can't read. Makes games. Hey, I don't want to break your concentration, but you just popped up in the algorithm, and do you have any elevator pitch on what you're working on? First of all, hello, welcome. I appreciate it. Yeah, I am working on, so I have a, I'll show you. And no worries, we are just doing some balancing here. I have 2 different games, but the one I'm working on currently is called Armies against Entropy. It is a, it's a tabletop game, so I know a lot of game dev stuff is video games, but I'm working on a tabletop card game. It is hosted in Tabletop Simulator, so if you want to play it is free, but it is a, well, Tabletop Simulator isn't free, but my game is, the mod is for free. This is Armies Against Entropy. It is a co-op resource management card game. At some point I do plan on making a digital version, but right now it is just you know, hosted on Tabletop Simulator. But yeah, basically you have, you know, heroes, structures, spells, lands, all that kind of stuff. You basically build synergies and you gain units, which are the main sort of resource cost. You kind of pass those around, and then you you know, you're able to buff up your stuff with your units, and then you have to fight the Old God, which is a deck that basically draws its own cards, and you fight these guys to win the game. Yeah, for some reason some of the card art broke, but we'll fix that. So Arkham-esque with unique old gods to fight against. Yep, basically, yeah, it's sort of originally I was thinking like an Eldritch sort of thing, but I don't really know much about Eldritch lore, so it ended up being kind of like our own creation of of these like chaos creatures that basically are just trying to bring about the end of the world. So I've got a really good video on it. I did a whole game jam and made this game. I've been kind of building on it. So that's on my YouTube, so I'd recommend checking that out. But the card looks great. Love the card frames. Thank you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, if you want to like learn the whole development process, I do have it's like a 20-minute video or 27-minute video. So it's a lot to watch, but yeah, that's what we're working on right now. We're doing some balancing. Basically, when you kill one of these guys, you get a death effect, kind of like a reward. So we're kind of trying to balance those currently. So yeah, if you want to stick around, I basically am going over that, and we're kind of talking about different death effects and how that balances the game. But yeah, no, I appreciate you stopping by. I see that you make games. At least that's what your title says. What kind of stuff do you work on? Oh, I see your YouTube. I see that it looks like a board game. I'll have to check out your video too. Put it on my watch later. Yeah, cool to see other board game devs out there. Yeah, honestly, I'm mostly tabletop as well. Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to find out there. At least people who are doing like a series. I've been trying to do. I don't post much on YouTube yet, though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been trying to do like devlog kind of style of content. I have my other game, which is Soul. It is a keep doing this. It is a it's a tabletop RPG like D&D, but it is card based. So think like Slay the Spire or something like that, but a tabletop role playing game. Is kind of the idea. So you got a lot of different cards and stuff. There's a lot going on with this one. This one's gonna take much longer to get out, but I've got a whole devlog series on those, and then I'm just sort of starting my devlog series on Armies against Entropy. But it is it's getting there. Yeah. Soul also feels like it's gonna be a bit more complex. 100%. Yeah, this game's tried to be as simple as possible. Here, I'll let me do this. Let me do some more shameless self-promotion. If you want to play the game, here's a link right here. Let's see if that works. Can I post links? Yeah, there we go. I think there's definitely a gap niche that's there that hasn't been filled for sure, like in terms of tabletop devlog style. Yeah, I mean, like that one guy, I mean, you've probably seen it because he's got millions of views, but the one guy who's doing Adventure Time, show accurate game, he has got like millions of views on his videos, and those are devlog style. So I feel like there is definitely, hopefully, a niche to fill there, right? Yeah, I'm surprised your audience is getting huge. It's basically the perfect formula for growth, niche that both is empty and a bit that people are not fully in the niche. Your content is really well made. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I think part of it is just I'm not uploading frequently enough. I'm trying to really change that. I've been trying to post a short every other day, and then I am going to be, I've got a video probably coming out tomorrow or the next day, I think. That's my hope, but that's a soul one as well. I was working on a couple of, work with a couple other guys who just finished a Kickstarter. We had a behind the scenes PDF book for a couple extra bucks. Most backers picked it up. That's awesome. That's sick. Yeah, what kind of, tell me about your game. Give me your pitch. I want to hear. Yeah, you can, yeah, just throw that in the comments there. If you have any links to your game too, that'd be cool. Well, actually you can't link it. I have a Discord server if you want to link it, but right now that's not possible, I guess. Okay, Chaos Worm. It is a 3 power level. It gets 3 minions when it dies. What is its death effect? Honestly, right now, I really never want to kill a Chaos Worm because spawning 3 more things I have to spend 3 more actions on is really, really kind of a pain. So I think it could probably have a good death effect. If you really wanna, sorry, I hate this. You really wanna link it in chat, you can split it up into billions of parts. Oh, well, so I guess I can link stuff, but, oh, he can, yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Kickstarter was Floodlands, a roll and write if you want to have a gander. Okay, I will, this guy? I would assume it's this guy. Nice, that's some good money right there. I don't know how much was that, Australian dollar? I don't know what AU is. Nice. I'll have to take a look at it. I see a YouTube video. I hit watch later. Done. I will check that out for sure. Yeah, I assumed links would be blocked. Yeah, they are. It's not great. It makes sense, but cool. Yeah, I'll check that out for sure. I'll watch that video later. Went with a simple print and play for our first, low risk, easy to distribute. Yeah, I have a print and play for mine as well. But we also have, you know, Tabletop Simulator, which is nice. Obviously, you can't sell that, so that's kind of annoying. But that may be what I should do is once this game's a little bit, you know, better off, I can do a print and play for, you know, sell a PDF or whatever. Chaos Worm itself just takes 3 units, causing more arguable pain once it's dead, so it makes sense you give it a good death effect. Honestly, I'm almost thinking either card draw or maybe we revisit that structure effect. Do we think that's cool for this one? If the players have a structure, they may immediately play it. Because that's really powerful, but also situational. So like then you might want to leave the Chaos Worm alive for a certain time. Yeah, TTS is perfect, especially if you can set up some basic automated things. I should also ask, I mean, just because this is has been such a game changer to me, and I like pitching it to people because I didn't know about it and it changed my life. If you haven't checked out Dexterous and you're doing any sort of card game or board game development, especially if you're importing it to Tabletop Simulator, check it out because it lets you take spreadsheets like this and create cards like the ones I was showing you. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely do that. I feel like a structure play is fine. playing is fine for a Chaos Worm. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool, right? Oh, nice. I've heard of it, but never tried it. Yeah, it's so good. And it's free, too. I technically pay for it, but I just wanted more storage because I'm making multiple games on here. But if you're only making one game, then it's not too big of a deal. If the players have a... Oh, this is both players, though, isn't it? That might be too strong. If the players have a structure on their hand, they may play it immediately. That's too strong for Chaos Worm. And I don't really want to split that up into... It should be the player that killed it. Yeah. I'm trying to decide what I care about more, the effect being interesting like that, or... I'd almost rather just have it be each player draws a card again, but... Because this being... I also spelled structure wrong. This being the effect feels like... I really want most things, if possible, to apply to both allies. Working on one game at a time. What a strange concept. Well, yeah, no, I have two, unfortunately. Maybe the player who killed it gets to do a thing and the other gets to draw a card. Maybe. Potentially. I could... I mean, that's kind of what I have for the Nether Muck, but I guess it's a little bit different. I think the killer getting to play a structure is much more powerful, but it's more interesting. And also the structure thing makes the decision which player should kill it. Yeah, okay. No, I agree. Yeah, this is a conversation between the players because, yeah, you're right. Because potentially one of the players might be able to play a card where the other one can't, and then there'll be a discussion like, wait, I should play this one. No, you should play this one. Or like, you know, I should kill it so I can play the thing. No, I should kill it so I can play the thing. And they're arguing, and they're fighting and killing each other. This escalated quickly, I'm sorry. If a player has a... No way. If... What was it? How does it word it? Is it you? It doesn't say you. It just says... It just... Yeah, I don't know why I'm just saying it. Struck T-U-R-E in... Is that... Sorry, I'm just double checking how I worded some of the stuff. Yeah, okay, it says yeah. In your hand, then you may play it immediately. If possible. Three-player game, but one player is a traitor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I got distracted there. Working on a game at... Oh, okay, you already said that. I already read that. Read that. I think killer gonna... Also, a structure thing makes decision. Okay, yeah, three... Okay, cool. No, I'm caught up. I got confused. I apologize. If there's a structure in your hand, they're your hand. If there's a structure in your hand, I erased the wrong thing, I think. In your hand, then you may play the. God, I did not erase enough stuff. If there's a structure in your hand, then you may play it immediately, if possible. I feel like it'd probably be better if there's a structure in your hand and an open land and a. Problem is we don't really have a term for that. If there's a structure in your hand and an open land, then you may play it immediately. That's words better, but isn't necessarily a term we have. I'm gonna leave it for now, but if you can play a structure from your hand, play it. This is why we have you here. Just kidding. Oh, your words are better? Are they? Because we don't have an open land. Like, that's never something we've said before. I might honestly like yours better, though. If you can, you may play a structure immediately. Yeah. Can I copy your thing? Last time it did not let me. If you can, you may play a structure immediately. Done. It's much less wordy, too. Okay, Abyssal Horde. When this monster attacks, you may play play a minion card. Abyssal Horde, where's that on our tier list? I think it's pretty low, right? Yeah, they're pretty weak. 3 to kill, technically spawns a thing, so technically 4 and 2 actions if you're being really specific. If you let it live. Vacant, available. Oh, it's meaning like, yeah, so if you, yeah, so it's whether the structure, because you only can play structures on lands, but it's also meaning the, if you have one in your hand, right? So it's kind of, so I think this ended up working, but my senses was forcing you to play it, right? Yeah. Free depending on how considered, how condensed you need to make it. No, this is fun. This should work right here. I think this ended up being the ticket. Abyssal Horde is weak, but not really a non-priority. It's really easy to deal with because it's of its power level. Yeah, so it's one of those things that you still want to prioritize because otherwise it's basically a land, right? That's spawning minions. Yeah, okay, mine don't really work then. No, it's cool. I appreciate you throwing out suggestions anyway. Horde's weak, but not really a non-priority. We'll probably do, honestly, I'll probably try to do maybe a play test on Friday if I can get all this done. Which, I mean, it's kind of slow at this point, but we still got time. I do want to, maybe we'll do a play test. So if you're around, you can actually see how the game actually functions. That might give you a better idea of how it works too. Abyssal Horde should have a mediocre to weak death effect, in my opinion. I agree. Like I said, we can consider it about 2... Honestly, I feel like it's somewhere around the Nethermuck's death effect, but probably slightly weaker. Like half the effect, right? It could be a singular card draw, but that's probably too strong. Maybe some units? Just like... each player gains 1 unit on their weakest structure. Do we like that? I feel like that makes sense. That's 2 units total. It technically takes, again, I'm saying 4 units because there's pretty much never a time that it is played and doesn't get a minion. So it's 4 units and 2 actions to kill. So gaining 2 units total, I think, is fine. That's fine in my opinion. Yeah, okay, cool. I think the last one for the Shade, I said destroy minion for that one. The Shade, I did no death effect for the last thing. Although I think it is, no, it's pretty low on our tier list. It's actually the lowest, despite it being able to assassinate your lower level guys. Do we think no death effect is fine? Or do we think it should have something? I would say Shade is both weak and low power level, but it also attacks weakest heroes, which means it kind of can assassinate your weakest heroes if you leave it unchecked, right? You place a hero, you don't move units to it, it could die. But that's easily counterable, I guess, by just moving units to it. It's almost too weak to have a death effect, though. That's my only thing. Defeated effect. I keep calling it death effect. It's technically called a defeated effect, but... Well, the Shade only has negative death effect, and you can see what happens. I can see that. Otherwise, it's easy to counter and just deals 2 damage per turn. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna leave nothing for now. Again, I think I'm gonna take death effect because the one thing is I don't want. I mean, I'd rather make it its base effect than a death effect necessarily, but like I could almost see it like having an effect like it kills the hero you attack it with or something, or kills the card you attack it with. I think that'd be like really kind of cool, but it being a death effect. Honestly, I could see Shade and Ravager both having a better, like, more interesting effects, but you want to have Destruction as your god. You may want to do some Necromancy Altar shenanigans with Shades that could be helpful. I guess it's true. Yeah, I suppose that is true. You could leave a Shade alive. Although a lot of time having a second player kind of counteracts that, but... What if we do that? What if we give it a base effect of, killing this, sorry, destroying this card. Or the attacker that destroys this card also is destroyed? How do you spell destroyed? Not like that. Is that crazy? Is that crazy powerful? I mean, that also kind of helps. Attacking this card also kills the attacker. I'm trying to use the word destroyed, but yeah, I think that might be a better way of doing it. Wait, attacking? Because attacking implies that... Ooh, I guess that you're likely to kill it whenever you attack it. It makes Chaos Keep even scarier. It won't change much, it's just attacker destroys. Yeah, I guess that's cool, yeah. Yeah, it really doesn't change much. It kind of gets scary with Chaos Keep potentially, though. It's kind of interesting. Well, I guess not really. But... How do I keep pulling this up? Attacking this card destroys the attacker. I mean, that's kind of cool, and I think then we can probably give it maybe a slightly better death effect, but or a death effect if we want something really weak, but sorry, I'm lost here. If you want to have... It won't change much if it's the attacker because you aren't gonna attack with hero that has one unit. Yeah. And attacking with one unit would kill either way. I mean, attacker. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Why do I always spell destroys weird? Spell like a destroys. I don't know what's wrong with me. Now it could have a death effect, but it's still weak. It's like a hero card choice plus one unit. Not because, yeah. Not too easy. Yeah. So like do it. I mean, what was this? Didn't it used to have? Oh, it was its old death effect. Yeah, I thought. I guess, yeah, it was just this old death effect. A card of your choice. I think just a card of your choice gains one unit. I could do hero card. I just don't, well... I don't think it really matters, honestly. When it's at one unit, it's like, whatever. And I feel like you can maybe do more interesting stuff with a singular unit anywhere. Bro, what the fuck is going what the fuck is going on? Hello, first of all. We are working on my co-op deck builder. I use a program called Dexterous, so what it lets you do is it lets you use a spreadsheet, and we can kind of build out these cards in a spreadsheet, and then it auto interpolates them into cards. So, you know, obviously the card art I drew and all that stuff, but so that's it. That's what's going on. And so we're currently, when you kill a card, it has a death effect. So that triggers, and we're kind of trying to balance those currently. Blight Might. What did I say for Blight Might? Each player gains 2 units on land of their choice. That's probably powerful. Although Blight Might is probably, its attack priority makes it super strong. So maybe, although I don't really necessarily like it. Do we like it gaining units on land? What I have? I had each player gains 2 units on a land of their choice. That's probably too powerful for a 1 power level thing. I ain't eligible for this. Beep. Have a good day, y'all. I'm leaving. All right, man. Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, it's a lot of spreadsheeting. 1 power level is annoying, but it also could be high priority despite being weak. Yeah, which means it should have a weaker effect, right? All that ties into it either having none or really weak effect. Yeah. I like having some sort of death effect. Honestly, I'm just going to copy paste the shades effect. Also, you can consider the effects are simultaneously bad or good to an average of nothing. You can also consider effects that are simultaneously bad or good to an average of nothing. Yeah. I'm gonna give it the same effect as a shade for now, and then we're gonna move on. Crazy example would be the strongest card rounds up or down to the closest square number in number of units. Yeah, it would be pretty crazy. Yeah, I guess for now, that's fine. We'll just do that. We haven't even really tested the Blight Might, so it's kind of like, whatever. I'm just gonna give it 1 unit. It's kind of like a rebate, but it's okay. It's probably gonna, there's a good chance it destroys one of your lands anyway. This is where, yeah, negative death effect would probably come in handy, but we'll leave it for now. 1 unit is fine enough. Okay, Forsaken Forest. This draws 3 minion cards on its draw phase. Yeah, Blight Might was never played. I just realized. Yeah, it's our new boy. Our new little critter. Wait, have you seen Blight Might yet? Yeah, I was gonna say, you haven't seen it. You weren't here last stream. Yeah, I ended up naming it Blight Might. There he is. Actually, I can pull up the art and make it bigger, actually. Here, let's do card art. Monsters. Light might. Of course, it opens on the wrong screen. There we go. A little guy eating crops. There's like a bunch of little guys in the background. He looks kind of cute, not gonna lie. Yeah, that was kind of the idea, make a little menace. I know I got to see it. It's pretty neat, I'd say. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Kind of looks like head crab, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, from Half-Life. But yeah, no, I think it's a fun one. Yeah, because we hadn't named it and we hadn't done card art for it yet. Yeah, that's what I did last stream. Yeah, that's a Blight Mite. Do you do all the art too? Yes, that is me. I do indeed. Looks cute until 700 of them descend upon your estate. 100%. That was kind of my goal with like the sort of like in the background you see all these little guys just coming in. I could maybe even do more, but yeah, no, I draw all these. The craziest part was pretty much all of these I drew in 4 days, with the exception of the Blight Mite. Everything else was done for a 2-week span, but it was toward the end of the jam that I actually drew them. So it was within basically 4 days, more or less. Yeah, it looks nice. Like the color palette too. Thank you. Yeah, the old god has a pretty set thematics, whereas the players kind of just have more of like a, I guess, pastel-y sort of palette. How do you manage these in that time? They do not look like a product of 4 days. I mean, it was basically doing like 12 to 16 hour days. It was not healthy. You know, the simplistic style definitely really helped. But yeah, I was murdering myself over it, if I'm being honest. I do have some experience too with some of the stuff, like outside of this. Sleep is for the weak. You're dang right, Bradley. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, a lot of it, I mean, so the borders I did, I think, like in a day. So that was technically 5 days, like the frames. And then everything else was yeah, within like 4 days. I was about to say they must have taken at least 60 hours or something, as a joke. Turns out I was right. Yeah, so I was yeah, I didn't exactly track my hours, but yeah, it was 40 to 60 hours. That's probably about right. Obviously the characters, you know, are pretty simplistic. It's my little simple like art style, so those were not too difficult. But a lot of it's just like the backgrounds and stuff. I definitely made it harder on myself than I needed to, because it did not need to be this nice looking. You know, I didn't need to go all out, because technically the jam only required that art was present and not that like every card had a card art. But I was an overachiever, so I guess the title too is something else I came up with afterward. The card back. Yeah, this was sort of after. I had the helmet and stuff, but the font was an addition after the fact. Most of the art, yeah, was done in 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, 4 days. It was a 2-week jam, but yeah. I probably should have started on it sooner, but... Anyway, balancing stuff, things. Actually, y'all, I'm gonna be right back. Need to take a quick break. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. I've returned. I wonder if Caster Labs is fixed yet. Nope. Let's see here. I'm gonna try this one more time real quick. Yeah, no, still doesn't work. Okay. Bit off topic, but when making alternate gods, have you considered... God, I hate this YouTube thing. I don't know why this freaking heart button is here. Can I move it? No. Can I hide it? Reactions. Oh my God, I didn't realize I could remove it. Okay, now I can actually read your stuff. Sorry, but off topic, making you could consider one with minions that have negative effects. Old gods, gotcha. That can be cool. I could see that. Me and Bradley were actually talking a bit about that. We were talking about doing just like them having better base effects, like one of the gods just removing defeated effects completely. Like you no longer gain defeated effects for like the hardest god. Would be a kind of a cool, or like positive death effects if we end up going with negative ones. So that definitely is a possibility. Okay, let's see if we can get through these a little bit faster, because I don't mind I think I've been like doing 3-hour streams instead of like 2-hour streams, which I'm kind of okay with. Yeah, I think I'd rather start doing 3-hour streams because I think it's better, but I do want to finish this before the end of the stream. So, okay, Forsaken Forest. You draw 3 minions per draw phase. They have 5 health on our custom tier list. They are a little higher up. Wait, right here, Forsaken Forest. They are a high priority, so I would say, due to what we were saying, a weaker death effect because... Yeah, so something weaker, but maybe more interesting. You know what, I have this idea now, and I'm gonna write it down. For these two weaker ones that we don't... Chaos Keep and Blighted Marsh, I think I want card draw. I think I want to do... Each player draws a card for both of those. Yeah, Forsaken Forest also a heavy priority. Yes, yeah, so sorry. This is just a aside here because I want to do these two weaker ones. We talked about giving them better effects, and then this sort of gives them extra priority because card draw I think is probably one of the best things you can give the enemies. Short of maybe playing a card, because we had some of that too, but like drawing a spell maybe is like one of the most powerful things you could give a card. But anyway, it's a high priority, so weaker effect. Thematically, we could have it like kill a minion, but again, we kind of want that to be away from what it is. And we don't want to do thematically. I keep wanting to do that. I mean, maybe just units, honestly. Like stuff stronger than draw card stuff like searching the deck. Yeah, exactly. We did have those on pretty much like all the lands, or like half the lands before. So I kind of want to maybe go away from that a bit. What did I have for this? Each player gains 3 units on a structure with the lowest units. That's what we said before. I think that's... Is that fair? No, because it doesn't have that much health. I could even go lower. 2 units? 1 unit? 2 units? This is the one we were talking about when we just started. Or when you got back, basically. Forsaken Forest, a land of your choice gets as many units as it grants during unit phase. Oh, you're saying like the land, okay, like the land triggers, right? Is that basically what you're saying? It's kind of cool. So like, for instance, like, I think you could probably just do that, like trigger all effects on a land card once. Basically land your choice plays you. I think that could be kind of cool. That could be kind of cool as a more powerful effect for like that one could easily be forgotten though. I would want it to be immediate. So yeah, like I think triggers is probably the right word. All effects on a land of your choice trigger. So that could... Because, like, then at least, like, a swamp would still gain a unit, right? And I was trying to decide whether that feels co-op-y enough, but I guess you could let this trigger on one of your allies' things too, right? One of your allies' spaces. All effects on a land of your choice trigger. I guess I should have periods at the end of these. Is weakest a proper term? I don't know. I'm gonna kind of assume it is. One of the things I could potentially do is actually implement these symbols into the cards themselves. Yeah, you can trigger an ally thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of my thoughts actually is anytime like any of these things say like units, instead it has the unit symbol. But I would love that. The icons in the cards, is that what you're saying? Or was I saying something else? That might be a next patch sort of thing. I'll throw that in there because I need to icons in text of cards. Icons, yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Icons are almost always better for communication. Yeah, we kind of learned that when we made our whatever, right? Our old god icons, right? Because these are way better than the text used to be. Small quality of life, nice to have, but not a must. Yeah, that'll be next thing. I kind of want to push this one out, but it is added to the list for next patch. There's a lot of other art stuff, a lot of bigger changes. I love icons so much that I love it when a game basically doesn't have language in it. Yeah, exactly. It's its own hieroglyphics. I mean, Soul has that right now. Like, you can see, like, in the cards that have icons. I just haven't actually gotten around to patch when. Me too. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. It's honestly easy enough. I think just some of the... I'd have to create some of the icons, because the unit stuff would get a little bit weird. I'll have to play around with that, but next patch is gonna be pretty big, I think. It should fix bridge permanently though, so, which I know is a bold claim, but I think it should fix it permanently, because I think I want to do those ability effects, so, that we talked about the other day. Should. No, yeah, I don't know. There's a 98% chance it fixes bridge. Okay, Volcano. At the start of your turn, gosh dang it. The old god draws an additional card in draw phase. So it's a single card draw. Bridge has a good bounty on its head now. By now. Yeah, it's a pain to fix. But I think it should fix it and also make it should future-proof it, because it should remove the unit effect thing from other cards that don't need it, essentially. So because technically right now bridge shouldn't work with like mage. It works with mage tower, but doesn't work with mage. I think me and Bradley read that wrong one of our games when we were drawing like 700 cards per turn, but yeah. Anyway, Volcano. Old God draws an additional card on its turn, or on its draw phase. What do we do for that? Where's our tier list? I believe Volcano and Inferno are basically the same. They're high up there, though. They're high priority, because you never really want them to be drawing actual cards. Which means the effect should probably be weaker, because you will be going for them. But they also have a high a high cost, which means they are harder to kill. So that's already, you know, costing you a lot. Volcano's decently problematic. Card draw is bad and high power level, exactly. Both high power level and is also high priority, so it can have an okay effect. I mean, do we want to go to, like, reveal a card from your deck? Is what we had before. Reveal a card, play a land. It gets you a very specific card. I think it's worth 5 to 7 units worth of power. Yeah. I was gonna say it could just be units. It could be the typical, like, get 5 units on a card of your choice or something like that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I think it's gonna be... We'll do this. Each player gains 3 units on a structure of your choice. Does that seem fair? And then, what was the one that's basically the same thing but different? Volcano and Inferno. Inferno can be the same thing but heroes, and it just gives you like maybe a slight different like maybe there's a difference in attack priority there depending on what your turn is, because they're basically the same thing except just a different card. So right now the death effect is what the only thing that separates them. So yeah, that's, I mean, technically this would be much more powerful in a in like a 4-player game, but I'm not too worried about it. Because in theory the bad guy would be stronger in a 4-player game. They'd probably be fighting like 2 different gods, which me and Bradley did try, and that was did we lose that one, Bradley? Or did we win? We fought against two different gods. I think we won, but it took forever, maybe? I can't remember. Actually, no, it felt really, really balanced when we played. Yeah, but it felt super balanced, right? Which was interesting, but I think it was just circumstance. I feel like balancing stuff for extra players is not what needs to happen right now. Yeah, no, for sure. I just want to keep it in mind ever so slightly. That's all. Like, I don't want an effect that's like, you know, give 20 units to every player. It's like, okay, that's gonna break the game in more ways than one, but you know, obviously that's an extreme example. Okay, anyway, moving on. Wasteland draws 2 minions per draw phase. It's got 10. This is kind of gets slightly weaker, I would say. It's slightly weaker than Forsaken Forest, but it does have more strength. Could we do similar to what we did for Forsaken Forest, but instead of all effects trigger on a land of your choice, make it trigger a structure of your choice? Is that cooler? Maybe? Because it's slightly harder to kill. Yeah, Wasteland is both less priority than Forest and has more power level, exactly. So we want the effect to be a little more powerful. All effects trigger on a structure of your choice. Is that cool? I mean, it's kind of more situational. But kind of like is one of those trade-off things where it's like maybe I leave the wasteland alive to trigger a structure or something. ... Hello, Ansar? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. ... to you as well. We're gonna go with that for now. Structure is much more open-ended compared to forest, but it could be really powerful. Yeah. This is gonna need to actually have some more words to it, though. I'm gonna say for 1 round. And that's to encompass unit effects. Well, I guess it's... Yeah, we're gonna say for 1 round. For 1 round. Because that means if you have like a card with unit effects on it, it triggers and they stay active for the round. That might need better wording later, but I think it's okay for now. Okay, Abyss. Old God draws 2 additional cards in draw phase. It's a 5. Yeah, so this is high power, or high priority, low power level. Which means we want a pretty weak effect. I don't know, each player gains one unit on a land of your choice. Should these all, well, I think that's fair. We're gonna go with that. Null Sanctum. During any player's unit phase, any card that gains a unit gains 1 less. Okay, this thing is extreme priority. Got 4 units to kill. It just feels low. That was just me trying to get away from base 5. I'm gonna leave it, but I need a weak effect. I think destroy a minion controlled by the old god feels maybe okay. It's 1 action and 1... $4 to kill it, and it's ridiculously high priority. Yeah. I don't know if it really should even have much of anything. Maybe we give it the same power as these other strong ones. Gain 1 unit on a card of your choice. I think that's fair, because just of how high a priority it is. I've got a lot of people on the stream right now. I think I've hit like the highest peak I've gotten, at least on YouTube. Who knows what's happening on Twitch? It's probably broken. As per always. Anyway, a god of your choice gets 0.3 units. Let's go. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I guess a god, that could be a thing. I'm gonna say a card of your choice gains 1 unit, or maybe I could say a land of your choice if we want to make it even less powerful. We'll do a land of your choice. I mean, could have it gain 1 unit on your god. Do we want that? That's actually kind of cool. Each. Well, then it's each player. You know what? Screw it. A god of your choice gains 1 unit. This probably should be the number 1 instead of written out. What can I say? People like spreadsheets, you know? Except that one guy who said he didn't like spreadsheets. Your god effects trigger once. Oh, that's way too powerful. And also doesn't 100% always make sense. Because like God of Harvest, you don't know where you'd put the units, right? Also very, very strong. I know. You know. All right, Abyssal Domain. It's just cool. Agreed. That's what Bridge used to do. It just was another god. Okay, at the end of the old god's turn, remove 5 units from the strongest hero. They cannot drop below 1. This one's, I think, one of the weaker structures, right? We put it in, yeah, kind of medium Void Stalker level of, what do we give the Void Stalker? This one has a lot of power level though, so we could destroys 1 random card on their field. I don't like random. Because there's no really way to determine that. What do we have? Honestly, this might be more card draw. I kind of want to integrate more. Well, I don't know. We already have. Feels like we have a lot already. A lot more than we used to. Oh, okay. Sorry. My brain is just. I'm just dumb. Is all I'm trying to get at. I was joking, like 1 random card, including all cards. Kill 1 random god. Kill 1 random god. Kill a god of your choice. How do we feel about card draw on this? I mean, it's pretty low priority, I would say. I mean, technically we put it on our tier list by Void Stalker, but I think it's probably honestly slightly weaker. Chaos Gate's a little bit scarier. Bradley loves drawing cards. Bradley loves cards. Card draw is king. But I mean, I think that really does give you like more reason to kill some of these like things. I also love card draw. All right, we're doing it. You guys aren't doing a very good job not convincing me to do it, so. I also think some AoE would be good too. So maybe killing minions. Actually, does killing minions maybe make more sense? Like kill 2 minions. What do we put for Void Stalker? Player gains 1, but they have a low health, so it's a little different. Each player gains 1 unit on the weakest hero. Yeah, it's either card draw or minion killing. I don't think we have much of that right now. Yeah, make it AoE. Yeah, I agree. Kill her. Don't I have this written out already? Destroy. I'm gonna say two minions. controlled by the old god. Oh, I just had a Slay the Spire run with hyper draw, and it was incredible. That's amazing. I was thinking very balanced when I said card draw. Wasn't thinking very oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I kind of like the idea of more card draw though, just because it seems like a good reward. But yeah. Shadow's Den. Monsters and minions attack the would attack strongest, now attack weakest. So that's really scary. And it's an 8. I think that can be a pretty decent reward. Where did we say this one was? This one's really up there. It's on par with the... I would say, I mean, its effect should basically be similar to our Inferno and our Volcano, which is each player gains 3 units on a hero and structure, respectively. This one could be card draw, maybe? Because this one has a scary effect, which does make it a priority, but it's also... it's also relatively high. It could be up to like, you know, I don't know what, 6 units maybe. 6 units worth of whatever. But I don't know exactly if that makes sense. Doom, 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 doom. Shadowstone is also high priority though, right? Yeah, for sure. It's a tie on our tier list. It's right here. Can you see my mouth? Yeah. So it's almost at the top. High priority, high health. I mean, what did we have last time? Attacking weakest can like wipe out 3/4 of your board heroes. You don't kill it. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, honestly, I think maybe just like a unit effect. Well, what did we say last time? Shadow's Den. Reveal a card. It says reveal and play hero is what we used to have. Oof, yeah, we experienced that. Yeah, exactly. I don't really like the reveal and play a thing because it... I mean, that's kind of a decent thing, but again, it's... I mean, I guess I could just say a player of your choice reveals and... reveal a card from your deck, reveal a hero, play the hero, then shuffle all our cards. That's actually worded wrong. Because you should be able to put it into your hand or play it. What about a scry effect? Scry over reveal. Maybe? I mean, scry is what? You draw X number of cards and you get to pick one of those cards? Is that how it is? I want to say scry is you draw like X number of cards. Or wait, one of them's like you search the entire deck, and one of them's you get like to draw X number of cards and then pick one you want, I think. Because I'd be okay with that. Maybe. That's card draw still, though. I'm worried about discarding them. It would have to be a reshuffle them, but... Okay. Tour? Tour? Okay, gotcha. Honestly, I'd almost rather do card draw, though. Because that's more powerful than card draw, right? That's like a spicy card draw. Because you get to draw the card and then pick a good whatever card you want. No, I mean you're not wrong. That's honestly, let's just put card draw on here for now. No, it's high priority. What we're gonna do is, because it's the same in their same category. Each player gets 3 units on a land of their choice. It's 6 units total. What if discard X cards from your hand, draw X cards from the deck? I do like that, and I was actually thinking of maybe swapping Nefarious Swap to have that. Yeah, it's a bit too powerful for Shadow's Den. Plus, I'm kind of trying to decide on discard because I really need to land on what we want to do for what happens when you run out of your hand. Because if that ends up being the case, that when your hand runs out, you can't draw anymore, that ends up being a detriment technically, or could be. So I wanna consider that. I mean, it could just be, you know, draw X cards from your deck and then reshuffle them into your hand. But yeah, it's still too powerful. I think I'm just gonna have give 3 units to a land of your choice. It could even be 2, honestly. I'm gonna do 2 based on its power level. Choose to discard up to X cards from your hand and draw as many cards as you discarded. Not for Shadow's Den, though. See, I was thinking of potentially doing that for Nefarious Swap. I've been thinking about it because our current one is you reveal 3 cards from the Old Gods deck. Players choose one card to discard and play the remaining 2. That's cool, but I was almost thinking instead we do something like all players put their or draw as many cards equal to they have in their hand, and then maybe not necessarily discard the rest, but reshuffle the rest into their hand or into their deck. Again, I kind of want to be careful with the word discard, but I think that maybe feels more like feels thematically right, like a Nefarious Swap, whereas this kind of feels more different, I guess. I don't know. I think I might actually do that. I do want to save this concept though for future art ideas. This is sort of a tangent, but it feels more like what the card should be. Keep doing this. I need to go into here. Let's see. Okay. Hello? There we go. I was thinking that the current Nefarious Swap would be a different thing entirely. Yeah, I mean, what we have is, reveal 3 cards from the Old Gods deck. Player chooses 1 card to discard. Play the remaining 2 cards. I think that's what we came up with before. Right? mean the now previous. Okay, gotcha. Because before it was, you take the card with a lower power level and replace it with a higher power level card. That just doesn't make any sense now. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're thinking that would be a, like, just redo the whole card, replace it completely. Yeah, okay. I see what you're getting at. Okay. Like swap it out for a new card instead and call it something else. Yeah, I agree. All player, each player draws cards. I'm trying to think of how to word this though, because I don't want to say discards. Each player draws cards equal to the number of cards in their hand. Then, see, that's the order of operations here is weird. Screw it, we're just gonna say discard for now. You might have to come up with a new term, but discards their hand and draws. Yeah. What would I do without you, Maximus? Shuffles their previous hand. Yeah, it would be weird. I think you're... Each player redraws their hand and shuffles it back into their deck. I think that makes more sense. Each player... Yeah, I think that's probably better. Each player redraws their hand. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Yeah. Okay, sorry, back on track. Got four more. Void Rift. Olgad draws cards from their discard pile before drawing from their deck. Okay, this is another one that is extremely powerful. In fact, this one we put on almost the top of our tier list, along with Null Sanctum and Rift Spawner. Did we do Null Sanctum? Yeah, Null Sanctum was this guy. Honestly, I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna do 1 unit on a card of your choice. Void Rift shouldn't have a positive. It's immensely powerful and low power level. Yeah, currently I'm just gonna give 1 unit, and we'll go from there. It definitely. These are the ones that we should give a negative death effect, but I'm gonna wait till patch 2 to do that. Maybe at that point it's maybe just 1 unit on a land of your choice or something. Yeah, I can do that. I'll do that. Sounds good to me. I mean, it's almost as good as having no effect, almost, which is probably what I should do, but it's okay. We'll test that in next go around. Siege Engine, monsters that would attack heroes now attack structures. We said this one is on par with Forsaken Forest, which is probably not quite true, but because Forsaken Forest, all effects trigger on a card of your or land of your choice. They're there for aesthetic at this point. Yeah, and I can see like maybe that, you know, some of these occurring, like honestly, getting a unit on a god of your choice could maybe actually do something on like God of Death, or not God of War, because the God of War can attack, so maybe that could actually give you something, but we'll see. Yeah, I was gonna say Siege Engine. Yeah, Siege Engine and Forsaken Forest are different types of cards entirely. Yeah, Siege Engine I would say is honestly less priority and has higher health, arguably. Hard to compare them. Yeah, I agree. It's honestly more comparable to Shadow's Den, although Shadow's Den is stronger. For sure. Each player gains 2 units on a land of their choice is what I had there, but Siege Engine is much more situational. I agree. I'm almost thinking like you're gonna have a lot of power level on the board, Siege Engine can be a huge problem. I'm signing off for the night later. CYZ, I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, probably won't be going for too much longer. I'll probably get these 3 done, and then I'll probably be done as well. Because we're approaching 3 hours now. Which reminds me, I should make sure my music isn't going on to the wrong stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you coming out here. Yeah, it's thanks for the for being here. Okay. When in doubt, card draw? No. Is card draw too powerful? I'm almost tempted to do... I'm starting to lose brain functionality. All right, we're gonna speed run this. I don't know exactly what to do to Siege Engine. I'm thinking for half a second. Amplification Tower, very powerful. I think it's on our almost top of our tier list. Yeah, it's here. Along with Abyss. When in doubt, shuffle a card into the deck plus draw a card. It should be nothing / aesthetic. Yeah, I was thinking I'm gonna say, honestly, gain a unit of your choice. The only reason I'm making it not like a land or a god or something is because it can technically weaken strong monsters. Only reason I'm doing that. So it's technically sometimes not beneficial for the bad guy. Basically, you shuffle a card of your choice back into the deck and draw a card. That's actually pretty good. I feel like that shouldn't be forced, but how How do you say if you want to in in card terms? You may. You may. Yeah. I got there. You may put, what did you say? Yeah, you said you may in the thing. You said it before. I'm just, you know what? I don't want to hear it. I'm just kidding. I'm just getting sassy. You may shuffle a card of your choice back into the deck and draw one card. Yeah, I like that. Does this apply for both players, though? I'm gonna say for both players, just because I want to keep this whole consistency thing. Each player. We'll see how it works. It's at least kind of more balanced than it was. Last one. At the end of the Old God's turn, remove 2 units from all structures controlled by a player. You cannot drop... okay, this is like the weakest structure possible. It's a 6. Remove 2... Oh, no, it's not. It's a little bit higher up. Technically, I mean, it's got lower power level. It's higher priority than Abyssal Domain, but it's got a much lower power level, so kind of hard to say there. Higher priority, lower power level, which means its reward should be weaker. What do I have for Abyssal Domain? Destroy 2 minions controlled by the Old God. In that case, I am going to go with destroy 1 minion controlled by the Old God. And I think that's good. And then that's all of them. 1 minion is great, yeah. I think that works perfectly. Okay, we've got a lot of card draw. We've got some AoE, not as much as we used to, but so it may be difficult to deal with lots of minions, but we'll see how it goes. I think that's kind of okay, because you should probably be ignoring minions and attacking other stuff until you get to a point where you can deal with everything, but... Okay, I think we're done there. I am going to need... I do want Ravager to have a better effect, but that's... I'm gonna push that to next patch. For now. This is done. Control Shift 5? Control Alt 5? Yeah. Existential Dread is the minion's entire goal. Minions stacking up is what you want. No, yeah, that's 100%. 100% true. 100%. Where do I have... Yeah. I want Ravager to have a better power, but that is a job for patch 1.1.3. Okay, so all those are done. I need to write up Old God deck changes along with some rule clarification. I'll probably do that in my own time, and then maybe get that pushed out tomorrow. And then that way we can do some play testing on Friday. I'll have to see if that's possible. But that's gonna be my goal. So we'll see. But yeah, I think we have streamed long enough. And that was a very productive session. We got a good bit done there. And yeah, like I said, it seemed like that was the most, I think the highest concurrent viewers I had ever so far. That was 8 people at one point, so that's kind of exciting. About 3 hours, yeah. 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 19 seconds currently. So we'll go for exactly 3 hours. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that was you should have more viewers, honestly. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here, man. I definitely feel it when you're gone. It's nice to have the interaction, honestly. Just like even having like a few people to like talk to. I don't need like a, you know, a whole army or armada of, you know, viewers. But it's nice to have some people to bounce ideas off of, because that makes this go a lot easier. Especially because I'm like bad at and you've probably noticed this. I'm pretty bad at being like decisive on my own. So yeah, hopefully we can get more viewers. I think we're trending upward at least. I think actually posting all those shorts has helped a lot. So that's cool. I think that's kind of just bringing constant traffic here. You're mostly bad at being decisive and wording. Yep, 100%. Those are my flaws. I need to get better at that. That's the decisive thing has been, shorts are basically like advertising for your main channel. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I basically made like 15 of them, and then I just been posting them every other day. I just scheduled all of them. But yeah, no, I'm definitely bad at being decisive. Not sure where that one comes from. My wording is mostly just me being bad at English and dyslexic and all that. So that has just been a constant struggle. So definitely anyway, but yeah, I'll have to figure out this whole chat thing. It's so annoying. Maybe I can get this other program to work, but anyway, I think that's about it for me. I'll show my face, my new shirt with some stripes. But yeah, that's everything. I will be back again on a Friday. Again, I'm gonna try to play test. We'll see if that actually happens. I've got a lot going on. I'm working on my new video, and what else am I doing? Video, and I'm working on this illustrating for my aunt. So from this children's book thing. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, thanks, dude. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm kind of rambling at this point, so I am going to bed. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here, and I will see you on Friday, hopefully. All right, y'all. Bye.